Okay, I think we are live. Hopefully I can be heard. What is good, everybody? It is the Godfather of VR, the ageless one of the man, Lincoln Clay. We are coming back with only my second live stream since getting hold of an RTX 4090. I've been running a lot of benchmarks. I posted a few videos. I'd like to thank those of you who watched those videos. But lately, I have not put out any content, I think, over the last couple of weeks for a couple of reasons. One is that I have been playing God of War on my PS5. I've been thoroughly enjoying that game. I hope to finish it this weekend. And the other reason why I have not been posting content lately is because I wanted to upgrade the motherboard. So to take you back, previously when I was doing the benchmark videos and live streams, my PC had DDR4 RAM. I had 64 gigs of DDR4. And normal speeds, I believe, for DDR4 RAM is 3200 and 3600 megahertz. And the RAM that I had was 3600 megahertz, but I think you might have to overclock the PC to achieve those speeds. That is something that I never paid attention to up until now. So what brought me to this point is that I have watched several benchmark videos of people who had 4090s, including my good friend Ham, mostly him. And because he had DDR5, I knew his PC would be a little bit faster than mine. We both have 4090s. We both have an i9 12900K, but he has DDR5 RAM versus the DDR4 that I have. So I knew he would be a little bit faster. It wasn't until I actually got into these benchmarks that I realized how much faster his PC was than mine, especially under the conditions that we're under right now. He ran several benchmarks with his, he also has an HP Reverb, and he ran several benchmarks at 3090p. I've done a couple of videos where I ran it at 3100p. But in any case, I tried to run benchmarks that were identical to his, and in some cases, my computer was getting anywhere from 10 to 20 frames less than his. Case in point, the conditions that we're under right now, we're in ACC, Assetto Corsa Competizione. I have the graphical settings set to VR high, and I'm on the HP Reverb running at 3100p. He ran benchmarks under those similar conditions, and he was getting 90 frames locked. You pretty much see up in the upper left-hand corner the benchmark window that I have. He was pretty much getting 90 frames locked. In my case, when I did it, I was getting about 70 frames on the. I was getting about 70 to 80 frames on the straights, and it would drop down into the 60s on the corners. Well, one reason was because I have OBS open. I had OBS open to record that.
C00 and 1985 said, Clay, how you liking the 4090 for VR?
With the DDR5 that I just added to my PC, I think I've pretty much hit the mountaintop. I'm going to try to finish explaining this as quick as possible, and then we'll get into these actual benchmarks. But to put it in a nutshell, as far as my my Oculus Quest 2, I've hit the mountaintop. I can max the headset out at 2736p, and I think I can play just about any sim at ultra or epic settings. Now, in the case of this HP Reverb that I'm wearing, that's a totally different story because I'm running it at 3100p, and it is a native 4K headset. There's other things to consider. How many windows I had to open to run this stream, the Windows launcher, the game itself, OBS, for the headset, for the game to be reprojected into this headset, along with other apps that I have open, the text-to-speech, the overlay that you're watching, that's open. The Sim Hub is open, so I mean I've got several apps open. But yet, if you look at the overlay up in the upper left-hand corner, I'm still maintaining 90 frames per second, 60 degrees, with 84% usage of the GPU. Now, coming back to the situation with Ham, I I could come up as much as, I would say, as much as 30 frames short of what he was getting. And that was really starting to bug me. I watched several other benchmark videos, and people were getting considerably more than me. And after checking out other benchmark videos, I found that the common denominator of those who had significantly more frame rates than me were the fact that they had DDR5 RAM and they had the i9-13900K, whereas I have the 12900K. So I bought another motherboard. I bought a Gigabyte Aorus, $370. Long story short, I came out of pocket for it $100. It was not compatible with the RAM that I bought. Therefore, I couldn't get it going. And so I am returning that to Amazon, and I went and bought an MSI. It's basically the same motherboard that I had before, except this is a DDR5 motherboard. And I bought the Corsair Vengeance Pro, pretty much what I had before, except this is DDR5. And it says 5600 for the megahertz, but what it is in order to achieve 5600 megahertz, you have to overclock the PC. Out of the box, it runs at 4800 megahertz, so that's what I'm doing right now. So now that I've explained all that, we're going to try out 4 sims. We're going to start with a set of Corsa Competizione, move on to Automobilista 2, F122, and close out with Project Cars 2, and see what we get. And the big thing to pay attention to is the the FPS over to the left, the bar on the left, because that's what I'm running currently. The average frame per second is going to go up and down as I pause the game, as I change the game, as I go into the main menus. That's going to cause the frame rate to go up and down. So I wouldn't really pay that much attention to the average frame rate. Pay more attention to the actual frames per second. I've already done some testings, and I do not think this is going to drop, so I am absolutely ecstatic. Let's go ahead and get into this. And I'll tell you, looking at ACC in 3100p, it has never been so sharp.
Low tire pressure, stay away from curbs.
So I'll do 1 or 2 laps, and then we'll move on to something else. Look at that. No frame drops. Buttery smooth.
412. Set.
Green light, go, go, go.
Oh shit. You got to give me a second, Jay.
Car on the left, clear on the left.
So we got some slight frame drops.
Car on the left, clear on the left.
But that was the race just starting. When traffic starts to thin out, we should be able to maintain the 90.
Car on the left, clear on the left. Car on the left, clear on the left.
Hey, it even jumped to 92 frames. It has been a while since I played this game. But in any case, I couldn't hear your message, Jay Wags, but what's good, my guy? We'll do one more lap. I'll have to come back and check that message in a second. Because I got the game volume too loud. Oh, shit. Alright, after I finish this lap, I'll come back and check the chat.
Yellow flag ahead. Be careful.
All right. All right. All right. Now the 4090 feels like a game changer. Let me check the let me check the comments real quick. See here, desktop. J Wags, he said under 4090 underpowered. What? Come on, man. Coon, how you doing? So yeah, now that I upgraded to that DDR5, it's definitely a game changer. So I would say that for the 4090, hold on. For the 4090, in order to get the most out of it, in my opinion, you are
412 said, "Good bro, just working."
Oh, I just got out of work myself, bro. So, hey, it is what it is. Yeah, I work a lot of hours, man. But hey, you know, I was able to buy toys. You know, a 4090, 3 PCs. This racing rig you see me sitting in. So yeah, I bought some toys. Make no mistake about it. Let's go into Automobile Lista 2 next.
Wags 412 said, "I want to upgrade my GPU but think I'd need a new case and power supply."
If you're going to jump up to a 4090 or one of the AIB 4090s, if you've got a mid-size case, like my PC's a mid-size, it's a mid-size case, but it looks full-size to me. I thought it was a full-size case when I bought it, but it's mid-size. In any case, if you get a 4090 Founders Edition or even one of the AIB partners, if you're gonna get one of those cards and you got a small case, then yeah, you're gonna need a bigger case. So you know what? Let's do a night race. No, I do not want to. Let's do a night race. Let me go back to the Corvette and start time.
C00N1985 said, "I want to build a PC for VR." Chwags 412 said, I was thinking 3090 Ti.
Oh, whoa. Well, the 3090 is a long card. I have, as far as the cards that I have a 2070, a 3070.
412 said, or should I just go 40 series?
That's a catchy one there, bro. Because right now, if you buy a brand new 3090 Ti, you're looking at about $1,100. Nvidia strategically priced the 4080 16 gigabyte that just came out. It retails for $1,200, but everybody's selling it for like $1,500-$1,600, and the scalpers are trying to get $2,000 off of it. So in my opinion, if you're thinking about getting a 4,000 card, to me is get the 4090 or don't get shit. Now the 4080 12 gig, Nvidia unlaunched it or canceled it, however you want to call it, and people are speculating that it's going to come back as the 4070 Ti, and people are speculating that Nvidia is going to charge maybe $800 for it. That could be another option.
Jwags 412 said, I got a 3060 right now bro, face with tears of joy does the job, but I feel the limitations.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I think J-Wags, honestly, if you plan to do VR, I think even the 3090 Ti would be good enough, unless you plan to do this shit what I'm doing right here. Because racing in VR is super demanding, and that's why I had to get the 4090. So if you plan to do some sim racing in VR, then yeah, I'd say get the 4090. If you just want to do some casual VR, then no, I don't think you need a 4090. I think sticking with a 3090 would be good enough. And you could probably catch, because of the way the market is right now, the 3090 retails for $1,100 brand new. You could probably catch one on eBay for about $800.
Jwags 412 said, not I wanna do VR on PlayStation, PC will just be flat screen.
Honestly then, J-Wags, you might not even need a 3090 Ti. A 3080 Ti might be good enough. Look. Okay, I told you guys, I promise I'll start here in a second. But I got 3 computers. You guys heard me say that numerous times. My weakest computer has a 3070 Ti in it. My computer in the middle has a 3080 Ti, and then this one here has a 4090. Last week, when my son came over here, he was playing Gears of War 4. I had him run a benchmark. At 1527p, it was getting over 200 frames per second at 1527p. Oh shit, hold on folks. Okay, sorry about that folks. But yeah, on Gears 4, it averaged at 194. The average was 194, but I seen it jump as high as like 206, some shit like that. That being said, if you plan on using the PC for strictly flat screen gaming, I think a 3080 Ti would be good enough, unless you care about shit like ray tracing and stuff. Like it, because it's different levels of ray tracing. Like with Cyberpunk, you've got different ray tracing settings. You can go all the way up to like insane, whatever that shit is. But mine is set on ultra. Let's go. Let's see what we got here. This is a night race. I know if we want to go daytime, it would be better. So I expect the frame rate to get a little bit better after it thins out. Oh shit. There we go. Now we up to 90 frames. And this is a night race. So if I change the time of day and do a day race, it'll do 90 right out of the bat. But night races and rain taxes your PC even more. This game, the VR optimization and the details are amazing in this game. I mean, that camera looked real too. All right. Let's go ahead and exit. Retire the pit box. Okay, so I'm going to change this to a day race, and you should see that at the beginning of this race there shouldn't be any frame drops whatsoever. Start time. There we go. So let's do this again, and this time you'll see that there shouldn't be any frame drops. That was a night race. I had bloom and everything turned on. It was on ultra settings. So, I mean, the frame drops were to be expected, but I think with this day race, there shouldn't be any frame drops whatsoever. You know, maybe a couple hiccups here and there, but for the most part, it shouldn't be. See it right there? I'm maintaining 90 frames, no drops. So smooth, so buttery smooth. Alright, with this, I'm only going to do half a lap and then we'll jump over to Formula One. This looks amazing, and it's running so smooth. Man, I'm absolutely loving this. Look how smooth that was when the other cars went by. Absolutely amazing. All right, let's retire to pit box. All right, let's move on to Formula One. And then I will check the comments here in the section because I know I missed one. Because I got the volume kind of loud, to tell you the truth. Desktop. Let's ain't that something? No wonder I had some frame drops. The damn Oculus thing opened up. Let's see here. What do we got? Check the comments. My buddy built my PC for me, a Ryzen 9 5900X with a 3060. Turns out the GPU is the bottleneck. Oh yeah, you definitely gonna need a stronger GPU. It is like I said. If you want to go with a 3080 Ti, 3090 or 3090 Ti, I would think that'd be good. But in my opinion, if you're talking about grabbing one of these 4,000 cards, in my opinion, you might as well go all the way to the top and get the 4090. All right, let's move on to Formula 122. So I've got to change up a couple of things real quick. Desktop. Sim Hub. Oops. Come on, mouse. I need you. Close that. All right. F122. Say, oh shit. There's something else I was supposed to do. I think I totally missed it. Okay. Let's go. All right, let's go. And again, I'm in 3100p. Everything's on ultra settings. But I'll go back and double check this before we go jump into anything. Crossplay, graphics, telemetry settings, audio settings, graphical settings. There we go. Ultra high, ultra high, ultra. Let's go. Do a single player race. Mr. Leclerc for Scooter Ferrari. This will be a clear day, so I expect to be able to run this at 90 frames per second with minimal drops.
A warm welcome to all of you joining us at Silverstone today as the grid begins to form up for what we hope will be another phenomenal race. It's time for the British Grand Prix. Straddling the border of Northamptonshire and Buckinghamshire, the 18 corners of Silverstone Circuit form the 3.6-mile beating heart of
Ham VR, if you're watching, we gotta, you know what we gotta do tomorrow. You know what we gotta do.
But the magic of racing is as strong here as it's ever been. So with the race not far away from starting, here's what today's grid rundown.
Let's go. Let's go. What do you mean collision? I didn't feel anything. Oh, you know what? Hold on. I forgot I gotta change it. I had to change this thing. My settings on my wheel. Let's restart. Oh, come on! Let's do it over one more time. But if you guys saw right there wasn't any frame drops. Just minimal dips. No frame drops, just buttery smooth.
Let's get past them.
No! Something broken!
Brilliant, nice move, keep going.
Oh, this is fun.
Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. you think you can get past, make use of the overtake button and see what you can do. Okay, DRS is now available.
I made a move on St. Louis. Let Checo through, please. Let Checo through. I said don't ask me again. I gave you my reasons, and I stand by that. Ah! All right, we got our benchmark in. My God, to be able to run that at ultra settings at 90 frames per second, 3100p is... I would say that's the mountaintop. Don't get me wrong, 2736p on my Quest 2, that's great, but 3100p in this headset is incredible. One of the bad things about this headset is the FOV. I think it's only like 90 degrees. It's almost like looking through binoculars. All right, we're going to move on to Project Cars 2, and then I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up. I also have R Factor 2 in my library. I've tried that in VR, but I'm not terribly familiar with the game, and I don't want to fumble around during a benchmark. So I'll come back and do something with that game once I'm a little more familiar with it. But let's go on to Project Cars 2, and then we will wrap it up. Now, this game was demanding. I don't expect this to be very good. So I do expect, I actually expect frames to run in the 60s. Oh, let me turn on, let me see here. Go to desktop real quick. Damn, and once again, that popped up. Let's Sim Hub and go to Project Cars 2. Where is it? There we go. Let's go. Okay. Let's go. Cancel, no. Go to controls. Well, let's see what we got. Let's see if everything's working. (12:49 p.m. Eastern Time). What do we got here? How's this going to run? Well, it's maintained at 90 frames. I'll have to go back and check the settings, the graphical settings. It is running beautiful. And it's clear too. Yeah, I can see the graphics are turned down. Let's see the options. Controls, gameplay, camera, performance. Yeah, all this stuff's on low. No wonder it was running so good. Car detail. Shadow detail. Yeah, that explains that. Everything's on low. Still look good though. See if there's any presets. Let's go medium up. I don't need any pit crew detail. Shadow detail. We'll leave that on low. Detail grass is on high. Not a terrible amount of stuff you can play with here. Huh. Even with stuff on medium and low, it still looks good. But my God, how it's running. So I think I got the point across.
Maytech Solar said, "A legend waving hand."
What's up, Solar?
Maytech Solar said, "Congratulations on new GPU."
I've had this GPU about a month now, but thank you. I haven't put out content in a couple of weeks because I upgraded the motherboard. I was on a DDR4 motherboard and I upgraded to a DDR5. So that's the purpose of this stream, is to see how much more speed the DDR5 RAM is giving me, and it definitely put me over the top. Uh-oh. Make gaming great again! All right, we get the point. So, So, I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. In closing, all right. So, in closing, you guys saw that everything ran at pretty much a locked 90 frames. The only game where I experienced the frame drops was Automobilista 2, where it was a night race, and that was to be expected. Lights everywhere, bloom, all kinds of stuff. And then when I switched over to the day race, you guys saw that it was 90 frames with no drops. So, I think the DDR5 RAM put me over the top. And I am finally, like, absolutely more than satisfied with what I've gotten out of my PC now. Voltron is really Voltron now. And I would probably say that the two drawbacks was, Project Cars 2, which wasn't really that big of a drawback to me because the game was still clear. Even it's just the endorsement stickers all over the cars weren't clear, but the game itself was still clear. So, and it ran buttery smooth. I'm good with that. A set of Corsa Competizione is another matter because if I were to turn it down to medium settings, it would look like dog shit. But I think VR High gave me good balance. Everything was sharp up close. And it ran so smooth. I mean, all of those sims that I just tested, all of them were so fun when you see them run that smooth. And the crazy part about it was, I never really experienced any sims at 90 frames per second until I got this 4090, because all the years that I've been sim racing and I've had other headsets, I played with the settings enough where I was willing to sacrifice the frame rates in order to get visuals, because if you go with frame rates in favor of visuals, the visuals are going to look like dog shit. So I tried to find the perfect balance, but now this 4090 has given all of it to me. Automobile Lista, F122, all of it. It was all so clear and it all ran so buttery smooth. And the thing about it is there's still a lot more that I could do. If I was willing to spend the money, I could upgrade to a 13900K, which I'm not going to do that. And then there's the Open XR tool, which Ham made a video about that, showing you how to get more performance boost out of the HP Reverb. So I'll be checking that out this weekend. And I've got everything downloaded into the computer. I just got to look at Ham's video and see how he has it set up. And then, boy, I'm really, really loving it. So with that, let me see. It's 1 o'clock. I know I got to get out of here. I got to go pick up my son. But thanks so much for watching. These benchmarks were fun. Every one of these games, I only meant to do a lap or two just to show you guys that I can maintain a solid 90 frames per second. But I was having so much fun and seeing these games run so smooth that I just wanted to keep running the entire race on every one of these sims. So, so as Tiffany would say, "Ooh, happy days." So with that, thanks for watching, everybody. I'm gonna get on out of here. Hopefully I'll stream something later on today. I'm definitely going to be playing God of War, but no spoilers, so I won't be streaming that. But I hope to stream something else. And with that, thanks for watching. I'm out of here. Until the next time, you all know the line. Wakanda forever. Long live the king, and deuces. We'll see you all soon. Everybody have a good one.